Hey there, my name is Megan and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite male booktubers. The reason I'm doing this is that booktube tends to have a reputation for being dominated by females. And yes, there are a lot of female booktubers, but there are also some amazing male booktubers out there. But they are also smaller channels, and I love supporting other smaller channels. So all of these booktubers I'm talking about, I will list their channels down below, and please check out their channels, subscribe, and support other small creators. But before we go ahead and get on into the list, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell icon so you can be notified every time I post new bookish content. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and sometimes throughout the week. Also, don't forget to check down in the description box for links to my social media, my Buddy Read Discord, and my Patreon, where you can be entered into winning quarterly book giveaways. Now, these first two channels I'm not going to go into detail about because I've already mentioned them on my channel, and I wanted to give the spotlight to some other people, but that is Steve Talks About Books and Stuff and Connor Stampinato. They are both awesome male booktubers, two of my favorites, so definitely check them out if you have not already. The first guy I'm going to be talking about is JJ over at The Bearded Bookworm. I have been subscribed to him for a while, and I also follow him on Twitter, and he is a huge fantasy sci-fi reader, and he is just so chill, so down to earth, so real, and he really goes into depth about the books that he is discussing. He reads a lot, so he's well versed in a lot of different fantasy books. You know, a lot of times he'll be talking about a book that I'm interested in, but I haven't read before, so it's nice to have someone that is able to explain to me about this book so that I decide if I want to read it or not. So I feel like JJ definitely deserves more subscribers than he already has, so definitely go check out his channel. The next is Josh over at Working Man's Reads. I've been subscribed to him probably since he first started his channel, and Josh is just so real, authentic, down to earth. He talks to the camera like he was as if he were talking to a friend, and I really like his channel because he focuses a lot on indie books and indie authors, and he gives the spotlight to people who might not have had a platform to begin with. And he just did a giveaway on his channel a couple months ago, a horror book, and I ended up winning. So I really look to him for recommendations with regards to horror because that's a genre that I'm trying to get more into, and he always has good recommendations. And I just love his channel. He's just so chill, and I learn about books that I probably would have never heard of before. So Josh over at Working Man Reads, definitely one you should be subscribed to. The next is Pablo Flores. Pablo hasn't had his channel very long, but he is a medical student over in the United Kingdom, and his content is just so creative. Like, he has a mix of, you know, acting, skits, booktube. He incorporates reading vlogs. He incorporates things about his life as a medical student in the UK, and I feel like he just has a very energetic, playful, fun personality. So his videos are just so much fun to watch, and it's kind of like puts a smile on my face, in addition to getting, you know, good book reviews and good commentary on books. So he's just a very diverse, well-rounded channel, and definitely one that I can see growing very much on this platform. The next channel is Walker Writes, and he does not have very many subscribers, and I don't know why, because first off, he does artwork. He does character artwork, and it's amazing. It's so good. And he actually features a lot of his artwork on his channel, in addition to talking about books and having monthly TBRs. He's a big fantasy reader, and not only is he an artist and a reader, a booktuber, but he's also an author. I bought his book a couple months ago. I still haven't gotten to it, but I bought it via Kindle, and I'm very excited to read it because just based off of his videos and how creative I know that he is, I feel like his book is going to be really good and a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a channel that is just like blooming with creativity, definitely check out Walker Writes. The next channel is Nicos Book Reviews, and Nico is a fantasy reader, and he and I have kind of gotten to be bookish friends over the last couple months, and I've just been watching a lot of his videos. He loves fantasy, reads a lot of fantasy, has been doing a lot of reviews on the books that he has been reading. Like, I don't know how he reads so many dense fantasy books in 1 month, but he does, and he manages to create very good, comprehensive book reviews about them and to talk about them in a very detailed and engaging way. So if you're looking for a new fantasy male booktuber that reads mostly adult fantasy, then definitely check out Nico. He is also helping host the Live Ship Traders read along that I'm doing this spring, and he will be joining me during our live shows in April, May, and June. The next booktuber is Andrew's Wizardly Reads. Andrew just started his channel. I think he's only got a couple videos up, but he and I have been chatting over on Discord. He's part of my Discord, and he is just the coolest person. He is so fun. He's got such a sense of humor, such a personality, very energetic, and that translates so well into his videos. He reads mostly adult fantasy, and he's another one that will read like a book or more a week, and I'm like, how do you do that? So he has a huge repertoire of adult fantasy and can probably talk about any book with anybody because he's read it. But I just love Andrew's personality, and I feel like a lot of people will find him quirky and funny, but definitely check out Andrew. Give him some newbie love. The next is Average Joe's Library. This is a creator that had a channel before and closed it and then kind of reopened it and rebranded, and the channel is still fairly small, but Joe reads a whole bunch of different things. He reads sci-fi, fantasy, thriller, classics, YA, and adult, so he's extremely well-rounded with regards to the things that he's read. For example, I was watching his video the other day and he was talking about a thriller that I own and I've been wanting to read forever, so it's nice to have a male booktuber that is not just all about fantasy and sci-fi, but reads other things too. So check out Average Joe's Library as well. The next male booktuber is Lexia, and he is on my Discord, and I actually came across his channel when I was getting ready to read Rhythm of War, I think it was, or one of the Stormlight books. But he is a big Sanderson's fan, and he's put out a lot of content around Sanderson and reviews and things like that, and that is initially what attracted me to his channel. But the content that he does put out, just with his discussions surrounding Sanderson, and I think he's also put out content surrounding The Magicians by Lev Grossman, like he reads a lot of books that are right up my alley, and I really enjoy listening to his reviews. He's got a lot of energy. He's really passionate about the books he reads and the content that he puts out, so definitely one that you should check out. The next booktuber is Chase's Bookish Thoughts. Chase was one of my buddy readers when we were reading Malice by John Gwynne. We read it together in January, and he is a college student that reads a ton of fantasy. And ironically, he just started reading fantasy. But for someone that's only been reading fantasy for like a year, maybe two, he is incredibly educated in the popular books. So you can definitely tell that he loves the genre, and he's like wants to read every single book he can come across in that genre. And he's another one that reads like 8 to 10 books a month, these dense fantasy books, and I don't understand how. So if you're looking for a booktuber that is just extremely passionate about what he reads, that reads a lot, and is not afraid to give his opinion if he doesn't like something, then definitely check out Chase. We did a live show together for Malice, and it was just so much fun chatting with him and hearing his thoughts. And you know, he wasn't a huge fan of the book, and just the way he was able to articulate his opinions and be respectful of others' opinions was just awesome. He's a great booktuber, so definitely check him out. The next booktuber you should be checking out is Chaz, and the reason that I like Chaz's channel is because he reads a lot of the same stuff I do. And for example, I plan on reading Hyperion in April, and he's already read Hyperion and he put out like a whole review about it. He does a lot of talk surrounding sci-fi, which is a genre that I'm trying to get more into, as well as fantasy and other things. He's just so chill and relaxed and calm, and he just delivers his reviews and his videos just in such like a calm, cool manner that is just so soothing to watch. And I feel like Chaz definitely deserves more subscribers than he has, so make sure that you check out his channel as well. Next we have Petrick, and Petrick is someone that I have been friends with on Goodreads for probably like 5 or 6 years. I have been following his reviews for the longest time, and he is like the utmost expert in fantasy, and he's such a good book reviewer. Like the way that he articulates his thoughts, how detailed he is, how he explains his thoughts is just so well done. And he started a booktube channel maybe a year ago, if that, and it has just exploded because, you know, he already had a platform on Goodreads and people knew who he was and knew his name, and his YouTube channel is just as good as his written reviews. And just I learn about so many new books that I've never heard of on his channel, and you know, he makes my TBR list just grow longer and longer, and I just love whenever he puts out a video because I'm like, okay, what new book am I gonna learn about now? And he's just an awesome person. He's super nice, super humble, and yeah, he's just got a great channel, so be sure to check him out also. And lastly, we have our big guns, and that is Mike's book reviews. I have been following Mike's channel, I think, since he was around like 7, maybe 10,000 subscribers, maybe about a year or so ago. And I think he's up to like 40 something now. So his channel's definitely exploded. But the reason that I love his channel so much is that I feel like when he's talking to the camera, that he's talking to a friend. There's no theatrics. It's just him giving his thoughts in just a cool, collected way. And I absolutely love that. Like, for example, he did this whole review on Misery by Stephen King the other day, and I don't read Stephen King. I'm familiar with Misery, I've seen the movie, but I watched that whole darn 20-minute video just because I'm like, this is gonna be a big, good video. He's gonna talk to me about Misery, and you know what? He's got a nice voice, so I'm just gonna sit and watch this whole video. So yeah, definitely a great YouTuber. He just contributes so much to the community, you know, because he's gotten people back into reading, and he's so passionate about books, and you know, he's able to separate art from artists and just focus on the literature, which I feel like is a big thing in booktube right now, or in society in general. And he reads just a lot of stuff that I want to read too and just haven't gotten to yet, so I'm able to like watch his reviews and then, you know, compare once I've read it. But definitely one of my favorite bigger booktubers. Okay, you guys, so that is it for 10 of my favorite male booktubers. Let me know in the comments if you are subscribed to any of these channels, or if I was able to introduce you to someone new that you were able to subscribe to and enjoy their content. And I will see y'all soon in another video. Goodbye.